And we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Emma.
I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 522. 522. How's it going?
I'm busy. Yeah, a couple travel potential things that were going to happen. And I had to scramble to see if I could make them happen, and one of them didn't or can't, or I'm just not going to put myself through that stressful ringer.
Yeah.
That was heading out of country and next week. Like,
Oh, wow.
surprise! Okay, how do you get a visa that fast? Anyway, um, I so that's not going to happen, but I do have another work trip that I will need to head out to in another week. So, and that one's not booked but confirmed to happen. So I got to go book that travel today, and so that's been exciting, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The work trips, yeah, they seem, yeah. The definitely exciting to get to travel. But yeah, sometimes you get there and you're like, oh boy, this is fabulous, and now I get to work. I've gotten to see a lot of Chicago though in my trips to see kind of my, the home base of um my company that I work for. So I thought you were saying that you were going to be going up to like northern Minnesota where all the wildfires and stuff are and things are getting canceled. So no, not a work travel, not a for pleasure travel.
the work
Oh,
travel,
yeah.
it was supposed, yeah, there's a celebration going on, but it's in another country, and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's next week. And so I just tried to see like how possible is this? In the
Yeah.
midst of trying to figure out how possible is it, hadn't asked for approvals yet or anything like that. But I got invited, so maybe the approvals were already there. But then found out that the week following that I needed to be in California. So I'm like, I don't want to do the foreign travel and the domestic travel. That just sounds like a whirlwind of me not sleeping.
Yeah. You're kind of going in and out volume wise. Again, I don't know which, maybe a different mic.
Yep,
Yeah,
doing it. How's it now?
good. Good.
Okay. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, no worries. I think we were catching a majority of it. It was just kind of like when your voice naturally got a little lower in the dynamism of what you were saying. Like I think it was
Okay.
struggling a little bit. So yeah, yeah. We went to Madison last weekend, which was a lot of fun. We biked around Monona Lake with the birthday girl. So Ellie, I have
Hmm.
a 20-year-old now.
Yes.
Which is wild. And was wild for her too. And yeah, we watched some World Cup games while we were there. They had the art fair on the square, which is like a really big, cool art fair that they have where they normally have the farmers markets. Then we got to go to the farmers market where it was at where their soccer team plays. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Madison's a lot of fun. And it was good to get to spend some time with my eldest, to celebrate her birthday. So yeah, did a little bit of travel. It's not, I don't know. It feels like it's nice. It's nice to look at this weekend and be like, I'm going to be home because we did go down to Iowa for the 4th of July and then went to
Oh,
Madison the
yeah.
next weekend. And then Jeremy's headed to the bike ride across Iowa. So he's
Yes.
he's getting out of town every single weekend. But yeah, tis the kind of time to travel here in the Midwest, apparently. But yeah, as I mentioned, again, my heart goes out to those that are dealing with the wildfires. I know we're just kind of dealing with some of the smoke. My eyes
Hmm.
have been itchy, and I've had a sore throat, and yeah, not good because I'm not out in it, right? Like I'm just
Right.
sitting inside in my nice air conditioned home. So yeah, and a heat dome as well, right? So yeah, just so for the people, for somebody that's watching 10 years from now, not particularly all that interesting, but kind of marks the time for me that this is what's kind of happening in the world, right?
Yeah, I was also this morning plotting my workout because I rejoined CrossFit
kind of
Hmm.
exciting. And so last week I had my first venture back. I'm only doing one a week, but it's good for me. So
Hmm.
um, Fridays would be the day that I would do it. And today just does not feel like I'm gonna go get super hot and super elevated heart rate, etc. So I've been scoping out maybe I'll just go to a Pilates class today.
Yeah. Still been running outdoors. Limited exposure, right? But yeah, my boss would say like, you're not doing that for your health at that point. Like, I know it's more of an obsession than for my health at that point. So yeah, not out there long though. Like just do the
Mhm.
shortest run possible. So
Yeah,
anyway, all of that to say, not a ton of administrati currently going on. Did
right.
want to mention that I scheduled a game night for next Friday. So
Oh, fun.
taking advantage of while I've got at least a lower census in my home of people that are going on. So yeah, hopefully next Friday we've got a good group. Even if you're not really into gameplay, you can kind of sit and laugh with us and knit and chat. And so, yeah, it'll be or crochet or spin, obviously,
Right.
craft with us. And yeah, wanted to put that out there.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a great group. I need to get these things on my calendar so that I
Sounds
remember
like
that
you were
they.
going to be traveling.
Well, yeah, the one thing was next week, but then the one is after that. So
Okay, so
I
next
I
week
will
you
not
could.
be.
But
Yes, next week I can do that because I'm not doing the international.
got it.
Yeah, it was going to be like get off of one plane and get onto another one if I did, it just didn't
Yeah.
sound fun. And the one wasn't required, right? The second one is required, so we'll go ahead and do the required one.
Yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
we were going to talk about whips, not to
Yes.
rush us through this, but I have been excitedly working on my daughter's blanket for going to
Woo.
college. And
So
so
pretty.
um, I've finally reached the width that I wanted, and I've started going up for the height. And then I did some math.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need to buy another like 10 balls of yarn. I already
Wait, not just
spent,
one or two, 10?
well, like two of each color, and then I was like, oh, I should put a border on it. So, and I was gonna
Okay,
add the
okay,
border.
okay. Yeah,
So, um, and I wasn't really necessarily planning on adding a border. With my son's blanket, I had over ordered. So maybe that was where my brain was. I was like, oh, I don't need as much yarn
yeah,
as I did. And yeah, something about this one is I don't know if maybe I just made it just that much wider than his to start with. But yeah, the math is telling me that I do not have enough yarn. So I'm just gonna go as far as I can, unless I made it a square. I guess I could make it a square, but that wasn't the plan. The plan was to make it a rectangle. So um, I need at least two more balls of yarn to extend the length
yeah,
to what I wanted. So
yeah.
two
Yeah,
more
so
per
for
color.
those that maybe potentially don't know, you're making an entrelac,
Yeah.
and what's it called? I
And
can't remember.
key.
Yeah, entrelac and key. That's normally a shawl by Tony Lipsy, and we've made a ton of blankets
Yeah.
with them by just kind of filling. It's coming in at a diagonal.
Hmm.
And then when you get to the width that you want, you quit adding on the one edge, and then you keep adding,
Yeah.
the same number
So
of squares
I've
going
only
up.
gotten to the second one,
Yeah.
as you can see, but this square is gone. So,
Yeah.
also I'm doing a pattern this time that kind of negate or requires you get to the white block before you stop.
Yep.
So, um, and in my diagram, I even had this going wider. So I'm glad
Mhm.
I did the math and stopped. Um, but yeah, you can see it's going green, white, green, and then the sagey color, white, sagey color. So
This is
It is.
like making a blanket psychology. I'm sure there's like quilters and whatever that can, oh, it's so pretty, Amy,
Mhm.
that can chime in. But like, I never regret making, well, I regret it while I'm making
Right,
it bigger. But after
right.
the fact, I never regret making it bigger,
Well,
only
absolutely.
smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I was thinking, is like you take that initial hit on the yarn and you're
Yeah.
like, oh boy, that was a lot. So this little bit that I need to finish it off
No.
doesn't seem like that bad.
Yeah. The
Other than
psychology
I'm
behind
adding,
that is in for a penny, in for a pound.
yes.
Yeah.
And I decided that I really liked I wanted to do like kind of a fun scallop border on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go ahead and buy the white to do a nice scallop. Or
Mhm.
I will consult the recipient. Maybe they don't want a scallop. But uh if they're on board with it, I can ask them the color that they would prefer it to be. I think
Mhm.
white, but maybe
Mhm.
maybe they would rather have it be one of the greens.
Darker. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that
Very
is
fun. You're
that.
making me want a Tunisian crochet, as always.
Yeah, it's a little hard for me to do it without looking. So I was trying to
Yeah.
work on it, and then I was like, I can't work on this while we're talking.
No, I can't. I can't work on it. It's not like Zoom. It's not
Right.
Zoom for me. It's more television watching. Um,
Yes. Or listening.
yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
um, but then my
No
other whip,
subtitles. No subtitles.
I decided to unplug my machine. I have a Hanson e-spinner, um,
Woo!
and show you my other whip. So
So
I'm
pretty.
doing Tour de Fleece. I started off really strong. I was zooming through those whips, and then this week happened. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I just haven't been as in the mood to spin when I get home.
Mm,
Um, and so I also this one I've decided to do quite a bit thinner.
yeah.
So we're trying to like so the singles are quite a bit thinner. So this BFL base was purchased at one of our marketplaces a while ago because she was in the Taylor Ballroom.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is first draft. I have two braids of hers, and this is one of the two that I bought that day. So, so excited to actually get to start this.
Oh.
I don't have it here, but this lovely purple was also with a green, and so you can kind of see that the green got blended in here.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to do a mostly purple um, start, and then I will do a mostly green on the second one. So when they're plied together, it'll be full barbel pole across. So these will be much lighter greens than the green that is coming in the second single
Yeah.
of the ply. But there's the fluff, and you can kind of see where I took out the green, like I pulled the green off the end of the purple.
Hmm.
So it'll be this lovely purple and green. I'm not sure how that's going to knit up, but I was excited to just try something different
Yeah.
and also more consistent, right? Because sometimes the spins get very stripy and different, and this was going to be, if I didn't do something different, it was going to be very oddly stripy, with only two colors in there. It wasn't
Hmm.
going to sing the way that I wanted it to. So this is what I decided to do. And again, decided to make it real thin. I really appreciate two ply. I've yet to spin a three ply that I enjoyed in the end, like at the final yarn. So that's personal preference for me and my spinning. So
Hmm.
I'm going to, yeah, and even chain plying that I've done while I enjoy it, I have to make it so thin for me to really, really like the finished project in the chain plying. So uh, I think that's it. I those are my active whips. I haven't been working on anything else other than my travel sock, but that's been going so slow. I barely noticed progress. I zoomed up to the toe of the second sock, and then I got these nails, and I feel like it's changing my gauge. So
Mm.
my fingernails. And
Yeah.
so every time I work on the sock, I feel like I'm having to work extra hard to get that tension that I'm used to. And so it's going a lot slower as well. So the next time I get nails, they're not going to be mediums, they're going to be short. Because mediums
Was it you
apparently,
that was telling me that your nail tech was like, are you gonna like somebody at ZK was telling me that like they had to convince their nail tech that they would they would enjoy it.
oh no, no, I knew what I wanted for the look, and I was happy with them. I wasn't sure how much it was going to change my knitting. So I think that in larger gauges where I'm not as tight of a knitter, I'm a very tight sock knitter, but I'm not
Yeah.
a tight sweater knitter or whatever. But when I'm trying to get that really tight gauge, something about the nails has changed how I can tension, and it doesn't feel correct in my body when I'm
Mm.
making it. So while it feels like the gauge is not noticeable, right? I've been measuring. Um, it's taking a lot longer and it doesn't feel correct. So I have been knitting on it a lot less. I have no idea if that makes any sense to anybody, but I have learned that if I want to continue with my craft, I'm going to have to not get the medium nails or long nails. I'm going to have to get the short nails.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. I will try to power through mine really quickly. Mine, I have a whip that is kind of a work in progress, kind of a finished object. It needs some seaming. So these are the shimmy shorts.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I talked about ripping the waistband, the elastic out of some older shorts. They were, in my family, we call them sausage pants or sausage shorts. They were a little tight around the leg.
Mm,
And I was like, oh, this waistband is great. And none of the kids are gonna they weren't wearable, and they had already been from, I believe my mom picked them up from like a Salvation Army.
okay.
So they were already thrifted shorts, and I was like, well, they're gonna get yet another life. So I ripped the waistband, the elastic out of the waistband, which was fun. It was kind of like a Hulk
Mm,
rip situation. Like I started it with my little handy dandy little seam ripper, and then I once you get it going, you're just like, um, so that was fun. It's encompassed in a turned hem there, and then you go down. I did not do as much increasing as they
mhm,
called for. Once I kind of hit down here with the crotch, I was like, I don't want it to keep flaring. I mean, it's supposed to kind of look like a skater skort.
mm,
Um, but I wanted it not to be as like bell bottomy. You can see there's a turned hem here that I need to when I block, need to make sure is not flipping up. But yeah,
mhm.
they've got these pockets. You can see, maybe you can see where I need to sew them down on this side, and then also sew them the full side
Oh,
down
I see.
the center. So they were made where you just like set these aside and then joined them all together after working this separately. So yeah, just some finishing that needs to happen here to
Yeah.
sew down the pocket seams. And you know what? I haven't felt like doing that meticulous work. So yeah, it was. I mean, again, it's supposed to be a flowy fabric, but I believe this was supposed to be DK on really small
Mm,
needles. I think I did like slightly larger needles, and then I was holding Lindy chain, which is a linen cotton base
mhm.
that Knit Picks used to have with a fingering weight. So like this plus this equals this. I, for some reason, can only remember that this colorway is called Well Preserved, and I can't remember who the dyer is. I was sitting here trying to find the little tag and I
It's
didn't have
creating
it.
a nice denim look. Yeah.
It is. My mom, when she saw me on the 4th of July making them, was like, are you trying to make jorts? I was like, I don't know. I was hoping more purple, but the blue is definitely taking over the purple in almost all instances, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, fun. I'm really looking forward to wearing them in the summer. I don't wear a lot of my sweaters while or tops while we're like biking to things. So on Sunday we came back from Madison and went to Vertical Horizon on down by the riverside.
Mhm.
If you're from the 80s, you remember them. They had like they had She's Everything You Want, She's Everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had some hits. They had some hits. They didn't do many of them, to be honest, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they had a song, Sun Rays and Saturdays, about a
Mhm.
breakup. All their songs about breakups, which is like, angsty 90s teen girl loved it, right? Like, oh, I love him like that, right? Um, anyway, I think I'll wear these. They seem hardy. Like I would be able to wear a bike in them, and I won't be as concerned about getting like my nice tops that I wear to work all sweaty.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, the
I
shimmy
think they're
shorts,
very fun. I was thinking that the unsewn pockets were more of a feature rather than them
like
not
a
being
pleat,
finished.
like a
Yeah.
pleat. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would probably try to put my phone in there over and over again and have
Just
it fall
slide
out.
way out.
Yeah. And then I think kind of similar to like maybe, well, your first draft would have counted for the KAL. I kind of went like, I've got some beautiful yarn and I've not been working with it because I've been really focused on um, our craft along and getting the points. And so I made a sepia stripes. I'm kind of
Mm.
thinking about it as like a rose colored stripes by
Oh,
Hoagie
pretty.
Pocatelli. Yeah, it's got these nice saddle shoulders and it is yarn
Yeah.
that amazingly enough, the one time that I've gotten to actually go to a yarn store while I've been in Chicago um, for work is this is a Chicago-based dyer called well, the colorway is Oktoberfest. I remembered that as well. Fuzz Family is Fuzz Family. And the colorway is Oktoberfest. And
My
then
trip is gonna be in Noni Baloney's neck of the woods. So I'll have to ask her for yarn shop recommendation.
yeah, it was nice. Again, I had gotten there a little early because of flight times and when the meeting was or whatever. And I was like, I have time to actually go to yarn shops in Chicago. So yeah, really enjoying it. It's a nice space that's got some bam tencel in it.
Mm.
Island Tencel and Merino. And then just like a color that I picked out at the time to make some stripes. Yeah, I guess the only thing I would say about this is I did the neckline because I'm going to make it as long as the sleeves as long as I possibly can. It's a short sleeve. And I did the neckline because I did the neckline. I'm going to make the sleeves as long as I possibly can and then put the ribbing down at the bottom. And I didn't like the way it was sitting. So I did a turned hem like I did on, I just got done doing with my shimmy shorts. And make that stand up a little bit more versus kind of
Mhm.
rolling. I don't know. You want it to be kind of tight there because you want the shoulder or the neckline to stand up, but you can't make it too tight because it's got to go over your head. So this worked out well. I had the line of stitches that I ended up having to pick up here because it's added afterwards, and so it worked out well. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. You can see I'm putting the sleeves on, and this 4x2 is what I did most of my muscle burrows. So
Yeah.
it's feeling
Matchy matchy.
very, yes, very normal to me. Very like this is a striping sequence that I could do in my sleep. I get addicted to it because it's like, oh, next one's the row that I'm going to be wrapping, and gives you just a little something while
Hmm.
you're doing it. But yeah, really enjoying like the multicolor in this as well. As like that solid stripe. So a variegated plus a solid. So yeah, a nice, what would have been a summer top, but I'm adding sleeves to it. So as I do.
You're
Yeah.
reminding me that my work is doing a silent auction and they're calling for crafters to send things
Ah,
to the silent auction. So I'll be doing that. But that's in October, so I have plenty of time to plot and plan. And
yeah.
well, I
October.
guess it's gonna be here before I know it, though, when you think
Yeah.
about it, right?
Yeah. In
It's
the
only a
grand
couple
scheme of things.
months. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then
But
there's
I'm just trying to think
move-ins
of
and
things that
yeah.
folks silent auctioning in California would want, right? Like maybe some hats for when they go skiing. I don't,
Yeah.
or a shawl, or yeah, um, or maybe just make something pretty, or maybe a little stuffy. Like I don't know what people would
Yeah.
bid
You
on,
could
but
ask Nikki Noni on that one as well.
true, true. But I need also non-crafter, right? Like what is
Hmm.
somebody who's gonna, who doesn't necessarily appreciate what they're buying, uh,
Hmm.
would bid on.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun stuff. Yeah, bye.
Bye, Uta. All right. I gotta run.
Yep. Bye.